An application is forwarding the telltale sign of a number of things that can be done at this moment. There should be a bigger following taking place on the earth right now, but the mishap from the perpetrators to bend one's mind ever more into a scrambled way of being shines the light even further. For ones to see further into this catastrophe they have made. A reproduction of this reminds one now that a crime has been made against humanity. For this reproduction is finally seen for what it is, and that is where the beginning starts. The cap on the bottle must be loosened before it can finally pop open. This is where the loosening of this tight structure that was put into place begins. One may ask, how is this done? And what we would respond with is that it was all part of a dream. You have dreamt this to be so. You have learned to idolize things that were beyond your conception of a reality that tricked you into continuously following this belief. It takes one to shudder at this thought, for one to be so uncomfortable that they could finally find a way to remove themselves from those thoughts and the reality they dreamt up for it to be. One may think of it as the picking out of the garbage that is left behind in the rubble, the falsities that are compiled only on the top of the rubble, for underneath is what all has been waiting for to discover. This application will be like the disintegration of things, making room for the light to start peeking through. That is where the light has a chance to push the garbage even further, even faster aside than without it. The light takes on a force field of energy that overwhelms and surpasses any other type of energy. So for this to even peek through at this moment is a more bountiful thing than one could imagine. This is seldom seen by ones who perpetrate the other side of the light only. Resound the voice within of a more higher tone, which means that one should take on the voice of the light. What would the voice of the light sound like to you? Each have a unique one, but most of the time it is not shown. It is really not fair to one to keep this away from themselves, for the soul would never do such a thing. The soul would remark, no matter how you push away with your senses going towards the rubble, I will continue standing here amongst the gold. The joining in with one's soul is for only one reason. Only if one would like to see this remarkable trifecta of a stature of being. This follows the preparing of the three components that play into the structure, which is not the physical body. This is the energetic code that takes the alignment of the three to now pass by the physical body. This is the hierarchy known as the Trinity. It fits squarely inside the body, but is not of the body. The charming disposition that this takes on when all is aligned is the code connection to the gold beneath the rubble. The figurative explanation that went along with your language put this in the physical form of a description representing three types of beings, known as the three kings, or the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. This explanation tormented the mind into believing that kind of a thought should be taken by images in a physical description. A physical description cannot replace or even come close to a description of an energy. But in order to keep one suppressed by covering up their fear of the unknown, a language was invented that only produced more fear and suppression. It is for ones to know that the Trinity of Hope lies within you, within the energetic field that you are made of. The wording is simple, truer than any declaration ever given thus far. The one declaration that is carried within you is the Trinity of Hope. We bring this together once again for the connection of the energy sanctification. The heart prepares one to bond one's mind into the loop of infinity, connecting through the garden of the pineal gland. Watch how the dream changes.